to dispel this myth that federal employees are some lazy, bureaucrats that don't show up for their work. Listen, 85% of federal workers work outside of Washington, D.C. Those are people who work at our national parks. Those are people who work on, the ag departments in farm bureau states. Those are people who are taking care of Medicaid and processing payments for people in red states like where Donald Trump lives. So we need to stop being so cavalier, Scott, about people and whether they're working or not and how come they're so upset about getting an email. Because these are people's livelihoods.
Because some are being cavalier.
You have the privilege of sitting here getting a six-figure paycheck from CNN.
And I have to show up every day. And I have to show up and earn it. And I have to show up and earn it.
As public servants, and they do the same.
And I have to show up.
And the fact that you assume that they don't is obnoxious and insulting to those people.
They're not showing up and earning it?
They're good public servants.
Hold on.
Why are you assuming that they are?
Hang on.
No one's assuming anything.
Hold on, Joe. Let me play for you, just because apparently you think that it's only Anna and Tara who are concerned about this. Here's John Curtis talking about this yesterday.
If I could say one thing to Elon Musk, it's like, please put a dose of compassion in this. These are real people. These are real lives. These are mortgages. It's a false narrative to say we have to cut and you have to be cruel to do it as well. We can do both.
There's nothing
cruel on. Hold on.
Okay, wait a minute. These are people
Joe and Scott and Tara, we all cannot speak at the same time. But, okay, his point is, let's not be cruel. You can find out how people are performing on their job without sending a gimmicky email that is only going to get, you're going to get false positives. You're going to get people who are bad performers responding to the email and good performers not responding to the email. And what does that tell you, Scott?
The premise of your question is that there are thousands of federal workers who are lazy and dishonest. You're saying that if people respond, then they're trying to game the system of a gimmicky email. That's number one. And I don't necessarily believe that.
On the planet.
Okay,
there's nothing.
That's not how you evaluate people, by asking them to send you a random email.
They're not being evaluated. They're simply being asked, what 5 things did you do last week? It is a simple question. And the fact that no one seems to want to answer it tells me nothing.
Can we put this in context, though? This is after, just in the first few days of the administration, they received a buyout offer that then wasn't really a buyout offer. Then it was very confusing.
No,
now,
it's not. They got a buyout if they want.
There's colleagues all over the country being fired in a haphazard way. There's probationary workers being fired, supposedly for performance issues, when nobody is actually evaluating their performance. Then this email goes out. Then the agency heads say, no, don't answer the email. Don't you find it don't you think it would be a little bit stressful right now to be a federal worker, to be a park ranger? Yes.
And there
to be a federal worker.
It's a hell of a lot more stressful than being a top
episode number 175. Democrats dying.
Joe, Tara, and Scott, and Anna. Everybody, hold on one second.
Your colleagues fired. It is stressful to be working at the NIH.
That's a lie.
It is stressful to be.
Not one. Name one.
Elon Musk tonight.
I read it in the Miami Herald this
weekend. Hang on a second. Elon Musk tonight, just to add to the confusion about this, to be honest, he sent out another message on X saying the email requested was utterly trivial, as the standard for passing the test was to type some words and press send. Okay. Yet so many failed even that inane test and urged on, in some cases, by their managers. Have you ever witnessed such incompetence and contempt for how your taxes are being spent? Makes old Twitter look good. Did not think that was possible. There was also some indication that maybe they might have more time. So can they get their story straight?
But he also put out a Twitter that said that, Donald Trump now has given them a second chance for the people who didn't respond the first time. And that's the second chance. Like, first of all, let's get this straight. Elon Musk, no one elected him. Doge is a fake, illegal operation that the courts will decide because it's being litigated what they're doing. Also, people who are working at the federal government, the cruelty of this are people who have just graduated from college or just finished their master's or came from PhD programs, and now they're being told by NASA or by HHS or by NIH after they move their lives to wherever to be public servants, and they're told now, well, no, pack up, you got to go. This is happening indiscriminately across our government. That is cruel, it's unnecessary, it's dangerous, and when our own agencies are telling us that malign actors, are we just ignoring that part?
Thinks it's cruel to get an email from your boss asking, hey, what did you accomplish?
Elon Musk is not their boss.
No one thinks that's cruel.
He works for the president.
No one thinks that's cruel. He is.
Does
if he's
he?
appointed
Or
by
does
the
the president work for him?
he is their
I
boss.
wonder who-
There's
who-
$271 billion
Joe,
of federal
you
spending.
said no one, but that's not the case, okay? Here's Lisa Murkowski, also a Republican senator. She says he should get to know each department and agency. She's talking about Elon and learn about the jobs he's trying to cut. Our public workforce deserves to be treated with dignity and respect for the unheralded jobs they perform. The absurd weekend email to justify their existence wasn't it.
We deserve a better accounting of the $271 billion we spend in a federal payroll.
Totally
if
agree.
someone cannot answer a simple
that's what
email,
Congress is
saying,
for.
hey,
Actually,
are you
Joe,
alive?
That's
I'm here.
Congress's job.
Joe, I actually think you're 100% correct about that. There should be an accounting, but that's not this.
That's Congress's
Why?
job. That's
This
the
is a start.
inspector
No, it's
general's
not.
job that
It's
they
not.
fired.
It's Elon Musk's
How does
job.
No,
this
it's
tell
not.
you
He doesn't-
anything about what's going on with the government?
Can I?
Again,
Elon Musk
this
knows
is-
What is
nothing
it?
about
What
how
is
the
it?
government runs.
What is it telling you,
The
Joe?
argument that this was gimmicky
What is it telling you
is
about where the
okay.
money is
Yes,
being
this
spent?
was gimmicky. It's saying who is actually coming in. Lee Zeldin just required his workforce to come in on Fridays and Mondays.
That's not what we're talking about
hasn't
here.
But my point is, that's something that hasn't even been thought of in years. And
You just acknowledged it was gimmicky by Elon Musk, like him going out on the CPAC stage with a chainsaw,
gimmicky
jumping
in the
around
sense
like
that it's a
like
funny
a
way of saying
buffoon.
who's even
When people's
reading their
lives are on the
emails.
line here, their
Who's even reading their
livelihoods.
emails?
All right, hold on, Scott.
I think one other point, and this is the push and pull of when a Republican is the president. There's an attempt when a Republican's in the White House, Donald Trump or any other Republican, to argue that these federal agencies, federal workers, the bureaucracy, sort of can act independently or autonomously from the political leadership of the country. And that's what's happening here. That's why everyone is melting down. That's why the lady came on CNN today. They don't want to answer the email because they don't want to answer to the president. And the message from Trump and Musk is we have political leaders in this country and you got to answer to it.
I'm not following you. Are you saying, are
Yes.
you suggesting that it's only when Republicans
Yes.
are president that
100%.
agencies
Yes.
express independence?
Yes,
Well, you know that
correct.
that's not true.
No, I know it is 100% true that the bureaucracy is not aligned with, mostly not aligned with Republicans.
For a reason. There are career civil servants who work with one president
among
and
Democrats
another,
and Republican
do so
presidents,
for the Constitution and the love of country.
Hold on a second. Among Democrats and Republican presidents, there are certain agencies that are statutorily independent from politics. That's the same whether it's Republican or Democrat.
You're saying that the bureaucracy is as responsive to Republican or Trump priorities as Democratic?
Is that what I said? No, it's not.
You're saying that bias doesn't exist, and I disagree.
Scott, let me just repeat what I said. There are certain agencies, regardless of the president, that are statutorily independent from politics because they deal with things that pertain to the American public, and there needs to be continuity, regardless of who the
Federal
president is.
Reserve,
the Federal
Postal
Reserve,
Commission.
the Security and Exchange Commission.
Right.
There are plenty of agencies that are like that.
But an email doesn't jeopardize continuity of government.
And there are many federal employees that are civil servants, meaning that they don't come in because of partisan politics. That's there to protect you as a conservative and Tara as a liberal.
I'm sorry, I think
it's there to protect both of you.